Inclusive development aims to ensure that development programs and policies are designed to benefit all individuals under a human rights-based approach by involving all relevant players in development. It is also a way of rewriting the rules of development cooperation by listening to the voices of the marginalized and allowing space for a range of development stakeholders, including donor and partner governments, the private sector, parliamentarians, and civil society. Alongside inclusive development, it is essential to build inclusive partnerships to promote democratic processes in development across all levels and maximize institutional synergies towards the crafting of the new SDGs. The concept of inclusive partnerships has gained much currency in development circles. It has become a catchphrase that describes the importance of bringing the voices of all stakeholders, especially the poor and the marginalized, in shaping the global development agenda. In recent years, we have committed to building inclusive partnerships at all levels of work. In 2011, Ugandan NGOs, in collaboration with donors and international partners, initiated community-based monitoring and evaluation systems to promote evidence-based policy making and program implementation, while empowering communities in the process. The initiative supports communities in identifying and finding solutions to development problems, and in playing an oversight role to ensure that government programs directly benefit intended beneficiaries. In 2013, Cambodia reported that 79% of aid is reflected on the national budget. 80% of foreign aid is untied, and a joint government donor assessment of progress is conducted on an ongoing basis to ensure that donor funding is contributing effectively to national development goals. In addition, partnerships with the business sector have increased employment rates and improved domestic resource mobilization through increased tax collection. In May 2014, a new provision on public councils in Kyrgyzstan was signed into law that aims to create stronger and more independent accountability mechanisms. Public councils are multi-stakeholder bodies that monitor government agencies from budget planning, spending, and implementation, thereby increasing citizen engagement in development. In the Honduran industrial capital of San Pedro Sula, 12,000 families have been living in dire conditions in riverside settlements. Through the dedicated work of international NGOs, including partners such as local authorities, academia, and church leaders, 179 families have now moved from the riverfront communities to new homes in the first quarter of 2015. In February 2015, a new Canadian CSO policy was launched, marking a positive turning point in the relationship between Canadian CSOs and the government. Highlights of the new policy include the recognition that CSOs are development actors in their own right with diverse roles and needs. It acknowledges the Istanbul Principles for CSO development effectiveness and humanitarian principles as the core that guide the work of civil society in development and humanitarian response. It further reaffirms the fundamental role that governments play in guaranteeing an enabling environment, in particular, freedom of expression, association, and peaceful assembly. These examples show that inclusive partnerships work, bringing together all stakeholders and ensuring that their voices are heard. By building inclusive partnerships for a post-2015 world, we help make a stronger impact on the lives of billions living in poverty.